we're back again with another video. I'm not going to say this one is quick because it's not. It's going to take time. However, before you do anything, I need you to go ahead and hit that subscribe and the like button right now. Also, don't forget to hit the little bell button, which is the notification button, to get all videos immediately when we post it to our page. Now, y'all, we're about to do something different. I seen a picture and I was inspired. I seen a picture of some oxtail tacos and I was like, oh God, let's do oxtail Birria tacos. And I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. And I will say the ingredients that I have out are not all the ingredients. We have cheese, we have our tortillas, we have the cilantro, and these are the toppings, and I didn't feel like getting all of those out. Now, I have did Birria tacos before. I will link that video to this video that we're getting ready to do, also with the ingredients. And so let's talk about these ingredients because I want the authentic taste. And so I went to the Mexican store and got the ancho chilies, the arbol chilies, and the guajillo chilies. We have some clove, we have some sazon, we have cumin, cinnamon, thyme, oregano, paprika, garlic, onion, tomatoes. We have beef broth, beef bouillons, and of course we have our oxtails, guys. So this is going to, now it's a few steps, but I promise you guys it is worth it. So just sit back, relax while we get into it. All right, you guys. So the first thing that we want to do is brown up our oxtails. Now, normally what people do when they want to brown up their meat, they would sear it on top of the stove. But I found this way to be so much easier to do than doing it on the stove. And so we're going to be putting ours in the oven. And I'm not going to use any olive oil or anything because oxtails have so much fat on them. It's already going to create its own oil, and then I want some of that oil that fat to render off as well. So this works out perfectly to put it in the stove. And so what we did, we used about 6 sazon packets, salt and pepper, and we covered our meat in those seasonings. We put it in the oven on 400, and we're going to leave it there for about 20 minutes, just for it to sear in the oven. And then we're going to get the base of our soup ready, which is our different peppers, our onions, and our garlic. And the first thing we're going to do is de-seed all of these peppers because we don't want this overly hot at all. What we want to do is open our pods up and then be able to take out the stem and the seeds because we know the heat is in the seeds. And we're going to go ahead and de-seed all of these, cut up our onions. We're going to peel our garlic as well, and then we're going to transfer them over to our pot because we want to get this boiling on the stove only for about 10 minutes because we want to rehydrate these peppers. And so as you see, we got everything de-seeded. We got our onions cut up, we got our garlic cut up, and you can also add a little bit of salt to this as well. I did once I put it on the stove because this is the base of our sauce, and we put enough water in here for it to cover, and then we're just going to throw this on the stove and let this cook to dehydrate for about 10 minutes. Now, these are my seasonings. Now, I forgot to mention that I did put a bay leaf in my soup as well. I'm basically using a tablespoon of everything except for the cinnamon. I use a half a tablespoon. The paprika, I use 2 tablespoons. And the cloves, I think I use a half of a tablespoon. Guys, I will put the exact measurements in the description. And when I did the Birria tacos the first time, a lot of the ingredients I did not add. Well, it wasn't a lot, but I think a couple of ingredients I did not add because I felt like I didn't need it. But I will put the original ingredients for the Birria tacos in the description. And so this is what it looks like. You see, it looks like we seared our meat. It looked like we put it in a pan, but all we did was put it in the oven. And so now we're going to transfer our oxtails to our slow cooker. And I love these bags for the slow cooker because, honey, it makes cleanup so much easier. And guys, this literally filled to the top because this was about 9 pounds of oxtails. And it's crazy because even though it's 9 pounds of oxtails, it was only about 5 pounds of meat because of the bones. And guys, as you see, we let our peppers and onions and garlic, we got that cooked for about 10 minutes. We also added some Roma tomatoes. We added all of our seasonings that we had put together. You do want to make sure that this cools before you blend it up. And so once it cooled, we blended it up. And this is what you have. And then we're going to pour it over the oxtails. I'm also going to add some beef broth. And what I'm going to do, because it was so stuffed, I had to move some things around for it to go to the bottom. So it's going to be a little overly filled, but that's okay. It's all right. And this is what it looks like after about 4 hours. They were tender, but they wasn't tender enough for me. And so, because I literally want them falling off the bone. So I'm going to drain all of that oil that you see. And then we're going to let this cook for another hour, maybe 2 hours, depending on how quickly it tenders up. And so, and you know if it's tender, if it's, you poke it and it's kind of resisting, it's not ready. But this is all of the oil drained off, and there was a lot of oil, guys, as you see, and I'll show you that. We poured off all of that oil. And now we're going to continue to let this cook for another hour and a half. And as you see, it is now tender, like I like falling off the bone. And so we're going to transfer all of our oxtails into our bowl. And once we get this transferred, we're going to drain our base, that all those peppers and that we put in, that we mixed in the blender. We're draining that because now we just want the soup. And this is one of the ingredients I left out from the first time I did Birria tacos. I added like carrots and I think some other veggies, but I didn't do that this time. I didn't think it was necessary. So, and then we added the rest of that beef broth that we had. And then I'm just going to put this on the stove and let this simmer up while we get ready to pull apart our oxtails. Once we got that pulled apart, as you see, it's a lot of bones. I did take out the bay leaves that I had put in. So I went to the store and they didn't have fresh cilantro, but they did have cilantro paste. And so what I did, and I was not finna travel all over the store looking for fresh cilantro. It is hot out there. And so what we did, we cut up an onion and we put about a really good tablespoon of that cilantro paste and mixed it around. Honey, it was just like having cilantro. So fire. I'm going to do that all the time. And as you see, that was our soup. This is our cheese. That's mozzarella and queso that I mixed up. And now we're going to take our corn tortillas and we're dipping those into our soup. And after we dip it in the soup, and that's my flat iron griddle. You can also do this in a regular pan as well. And so we're getting our little tacos ready. Of course, you want the cheese and your meat, and then your little onion and cilantro mixture. My husband didn't want cheese on his, so I'm just doing the meat and the onion and cilantro mixture, which kind of made it harder for it to stay together and to keep the meat in, because there wasn't nothing to hold it together. The cheese is what actually holds, your tacos together when you make these Birria tacos. But because my husband wants to make things a little bit harder for me, he wanted no cheese. And and we gave him no cheese, and it was still the bomb. I am going to do now. I got this griddle. I've had this griddle for forever. I think I made about 8 of those at one time. So I love this griddle when I'm making any type of tacos or burritos, because it lets me do a lot at one time that I can't do in a normal pan. And as you see, that's the one without cheese that is falling off. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to let the kids taste this for you all. But I'm going to kind of show you the inside real quick of what they look like once it's cooked. And I also love how, because normally I don't eat corn tortillas, but when I do Birria tacos and they become crispy and brown like this, guys, I love them. But I'm gonna let the kids taste them. This was the final product. I hope you enjoyed this video. You all be blessed. Don't forget to subscribe. All right, guys, so we got the boys here, and they're going to be tasting our Oxtail Birria tacos. So let's take a look at what we have. Oh, wait! Still got some going on the burner. Got the little consommé soup back here. Grab one from this end. These are the cooler ones. Chris, I need you to quit thinking you're a superhero. These are the cooler ones. So first, taste it, because you're supposed to dip it in the soup, but taste it without dipping it first.
That's real good. Wow.
Bring that bowl of soup off the table. Is it hot? Okay. Hold up.
It's so weak.
So y'all dip it in your little soup. Y'all like it? Y'all like it better with the soup or without the soup?
I like it even.
Even. All right, guys. So you all heard it. Thank you all for tuning in once again. We appreciate you all. Y'all, I promise y'all, it was worth it. If y'all knew how many messes I made and how many spills I had trying to do this. But I think we have a winner.
I got one more thing to say. To all the girls out there.
Here we go. I'm going to let you say it instead of cutting you off the time. What do you want to say to Waterhead?
So, if you want a man like this.
Oh, you're a man now.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want a man like this, you know who to call. Alright? So go ahead, ring up. Alright?
I took your phone, so how they... Oh.
See, listen.
It's okay, Chris.
I still got a phone. Alright?
Alright, well that's enough, guys. We thank you for tuning in again. Please don't forget to subscribe. Hit that like button. Y'all, try this. Try this. I'm going to link, like I said earlier in the video, my other Birria tacos. I'll put all the ingredients. I didn't use all of the ingredients that I did the first time because, honey, I'm tired, okay? All right? And I didn't feel like keep going out to the store. And it's hot outside. We're not going to do it today. But it was still fine. Thank you guys for tuning in. Please share this video. Tell your cousin, your mama, your auntie, Pookie, all of them. Tell them to subscribe to Neilville, because you do not want to miss what's coming out of Neilville, baby.
Ring me up, girls.